Back with Shogun 2 Fall of the Samurai, arguably the peak of Total War to this day. This is the fourth battle, Battle of Aizu, September 1868. It reads, "The domain of Aizu resisted the imperialists even after the fall of Edo. The imperial army eventually forced Takamori Katamori, the lord of Aizu, to capitulate, but his people fought long and hard. At the end, believing that all was lost, the Aizu White Tiger troops followed tradition and committed suicide." Wow, it almost sounds like a post thing. Like a post-mortem, a debrief. Yeah, here we go. Yep, so we start up here at the top right and we get channeled through a series of set pieces. And I think I finally figured this one out. I am gonna finally be uploading this battle after, what is it, 7 or 8 months or something? No. When was the last one? Maybe a year ago? Yeah, I'm gonna try and get through all of them though. The next two should come in quick succession. But yeah, this one was a challenge to really optimise and solve and execute. Here we go. September 1868. Bonari Pass, Aizu Domain.
Aizu, a domain in the north of Japan, has been home to stalwart supporters of the shogunate since the beginning of the war. They are the cornerstone of northern resistance. Saigo Takamori's dream of restoring the emperor depends upon this resistance being eliminated. The imperial army is approaching from the east, and Takamori must bring this force through the mountains. He knows the pass will be heavily defended. The Aizu defenders are divided into 4 groupings. The exact locations of these forces are unknown. Takamori must overcome whatever traps the Aizu defenders have set to win the north for his emperor.
So in line with
Aizu lies at the end of the
previous
path.
videos,
This
is going to be a post-commentary. So this first group is really, forwardly placed, really advanced position. In fact, the parrot gun they have can open fire on you immediately, so the first thing to do here is to retreat the army out of range while sending forward the lone Tosa riflemen to deal with them. This is an interesting battle because there's some variation here, because as the intro said there, you don't know the location of the groups of specialist infantry. In fact, they can spawn in the forest to the left of the clearing or the right, and my run relies on them spawning to the right, so that's what we go with here. If they spawned on the left, I basically just restarted because I'd optimised everything for when they're... Did I say it right? Yeah, if they spawn on the right, up here, they interfere with my Tosa riflemen at the start of the battle, and I just couldn't be bothered with that. I could make it work, and I had some interesting solutions for that as well, but I was just set on having this variation here. I'm not sure how the other ones work. I think the other groups that are further forward have a similar multiple location setup as well. Like, they can keep spawning on either the left or the right. So what I'm doing here is setting up my groups of line infantry. So the principle here is to just get as many guns on target as possible. Like, whenever I'm going to be exposed to an enemy unit, I want to have as much of my firepower coming down upon them at that moment. So I go hard on that, and I get 2 groups of 3 line infantry. And on top of the 6 line infantry there, we've got, of course, the Tosa riflemen, probably the most valuable unit, an Armstrong, a Sabre cavalry, which is probably the least valuable unit, and 2 mounted carbines. What are they called? Carbine cavalry? Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going for here is to just get up through the trees where I'm concealed and position myself with a narrow frontage, because I'm trying to conserve ammo, that's a big part of this. I'm just trying to conserve ammo for all of my units, especially the Toast Riflemen, especially for the Armstrongs, but also the line infantry. And there's a Kehitai there that only has 10 rounds per man. Not great. So I need to rotate my units and protect their ammo, give them good targets, have them fire at targets that are preferably close, preferably in the open, so the trees don't absorb bullets. And I've only got, what is it, like 7 guys firing, or 5 guys at most firing at this, so that means there's going to be very little redundant fire. So once the guy's hit, he dies, he goes down, he's no longer a target, so you don't have 20 bullets going into him. It's funny because see that guy with the revolver shooting at maximum range, he actually has really good accuracy and might even be maxed out because he's a special kind of soldier, I think. Because I think he just drills guys with that revolver over and over again. It's funny because he's got the range of the Toaster Rifleman, but I think he's got max accuracy. He seems to just land all the shots. But that's the parrot guns here dealt with, almost. Yeah, that's them dealt with. And that gave my Toaster Rifleman XP. They're now up to 3 XP, nearly 4 I think. And I do sometimes let them keep shooting at the crew as they're running away, because each killing a guy there gives me a lot of XP. Each man is worth a lot of XP, and as the XP of the Toaster Rifleman goes up, their accuracy goes up, and as their accuracy goes up, less bullets are wasted. So you could very conceivably, very realistically have a Toaster Rifleman that has a higher kill potential during the battle than it had at the very start, as long as it uses very little ammo and kills high value targets like artillery, generals, cavalry. Alright, now the AI spazzing out because the artillery piece that anchored the line is gone. But I concealed all my units, I put them all at the back of the map. I put Katamori, is that his name? Yeah. I put him right at the back left along the edge of the map, and that kept him out of range of the artillery, so now we have space to move. We've bought ourselves time here, so we can sit and do... like, we can basically engineer each of these engagements and do them perfectly, and that was my plan with this battle, to just have it actually be perfect or really close to it. So I'm setting up my Armstrongs. Are they parrots? I think they might even be parrots. I think we all just have parrots, yeah. Yeah, parrot guns. Armstrong guns, okay, alright. So we're actually bringing superior guns, and I'm aiming for that tiny spot so that they don't shoot at the edge of the unit, the end of the unit. And I'm giving them Inspire and Kill Zone, so they have 64 reload, 79 accuracy. But they're not firing because they're in a depression. So I need to just take this shot. And that worked. But you saw it, they just aimed right for the edge of the unit, which is not great. It's not what I want. And that is a good target, so I want them to be firing. So I'm a bit annoyed. 37 kills with what, 3 shots? Not great, but let's see how this does. And that was solid. And I'm holding fire now. Yeah, I remembered I held fire there, I just had a feeling, nah. And that brings up to what, 90 kills? Something like 90 kills. These carbine cavalry are so important. The attrition units that are high value, they have a lot of ammo as well. They have like 60 rounds, so if a unit of line infantry has 200 men, 15 shots, then that is 3,000 rounds, but carbine cavalry have 60 shots, so that's 3,600 rounds, but they're more accurate, I think. Another solid salvo, 183 kills. So that's 90 kills there with that salvo, I think. And I'm going for the Shinsengumi police force because they are the only proper line infantry there. I think they even have a bonus versus cavalry or a banzai. I think it's just a banzai they've got. So if they get close to your line and decide to charge, they will banzai and be unbreakable, and it's a really big pain in the arse. Yes, I've got my line infantry ready. If I want, I can reveal them and fire. And I have a slope, so I could actually just take that fight right now and do really well, but I want to do better than that. I've got a plan. I have a plan here to make it even sweeter. They've got 5 units there, and they are at partial strength because they've eaten 3 salvos. Levy infantry right on the edge. It's tempting because they will get chewed up by 3 units of line infantry firing right into them from an angle. It's tempting, but I don't think I go for it.
The white tigers, my lord.
That's what I'm
They
waiting for.
move to strike against us.
And they're up here. So they are just going straight towards my artillery piece, I think, which gives me an opportunity. That is an opportunity. Just wait for it. So I'm biding my time. I'm just waiting right now patiently, because we're about to get an opportunity here.
Sweep them from the field.
Saber cavalry are in position to try and drag them where I want them to go. But this is a nice shot, and I'm so tempted. That's a third of the unit gone, just like that. It's hard not to take these opportunities, even though you can have extreme situations. Like, if you know you're just going to be landing smack in the middle of a unit that's totally blocked up, like in a rectangle formation, it's so hard to resist, to just take the shot, you know. Getting my Tosa riflemen back in position because they successfully evaded those 4 units, or yeah, 4 units as they rushed in. And then we have some collateral, so I'm taking that shot. And now we spring the trap. We have a massive envelopment. Fire at will is on, and to compound the demoralization, a solid shot with artillery, and it's wavering already. And that's the biggest threat right now to my units. I'm trying to avoid taking losses where possible. So we've taken 1 casualty, there's our first loss. And this is how you do really well in Fall of the Samurai. Combine cavalry, combine artillery. Any operation that involves line infantry has to be supported with cavalry and artillery. So you just bring down the hammer, force multipliers. Taken 6 losses in total so far to devastate this formation. And the shrapnel comes out for the extra demoralization. That's the plan I'm going for there. So we have units routing, we have units wavering, and we have some pretty decent shrapnel shots coming in. That's 6 ranks of guns firing. And I've pulled 2 units off of that, so they're going to be much easier to deal with now. My artillery are still firing at dead units though. And the levy infantry are the main threat there. I can kite the melee infantry. The levies are about to break. My line infantry are still wasting a little bit of ammo, but that's alright. And I broke the levy infantry. So now I can hold fire if they'll obey. And now it's just melee. And I could have had a little bit of collateral there if those Armstrongs just had a deviant shot there. So far losses stand at 5 plus 1, 6, plus 17, 23, plus 4, 27 to demolish like 10, 15 units. So that is quite clean. But there's a little bit more. I just lost one of the Tosa riflemen there because of the collateral. This is not the kind of ambush that you want, or the kind of situation you want. You want like an L shape. Yeah, just did a bit of friendly fire again. Now I'm concerned more about the cannons. That was why I let that happen. I was in a hurry. I wanted to just get that engagement over so I can maneuver how I wanted to evade these cannons, because they have more cannons just over the hill. So far losses are 6, 13, 19, plus 17, 36, 40, 45. 45 losses, and I've probably killed about 2,000. I'm happy with that. that is on track. But the bulk of the losses, well, the most damaged units are my carbine cavalry, which is not great because they have a lot of ammo per man. You want to wait until they've fired all their rounds before you take casualties with them. So if I've forfeited 19 guys, that's 19 times 60, that's about 1,000 rounds that are not going to get fired, more or less, because their ammo's almost full, so call it about 1,000 rounds. I could have killed a lot of men with 1,000 rounds. Really need to protect your carbine cavalry. I just wanted this initial engagement to be over with so I could spend the rest of the battle eking out those really clean fights. That's the plan. And I'm already working on the next unit of parrots because they're going to immediately fire at anything that gets anywhere near them. So that's going to limit my manoeuvring quite a lot. So that's the priority target. I need to just walk the toaster rifleman up, and I need to get lucky here, potentially, and not have the next group of units that are hidden spawn on this side. I want them to be on the other side of the road this time, on the left side. Like, I want to just have free reign on this right side, this entire forest up to here, so I can manoeuvre inside it. Because you have that at the spawn, so it's forest all the way up. You can manoeuvre all the way across the right side of the map here. And then there is another unit of parrots further up as well. And can you guess how I'm going to deal with those? And I'm doing the same thing again, I'm looking for a little clear in the forest this time. Because those trees do actually just block bullets. It's really consistent. Like, see if there's a man shooting and there's a tree right in front of him, he will just never have a target. He will try to shoot and he'll waste bullets as well. It's quite bad. So it really does pay to just have 3 or 4 guys that have a good shot. Like, just make the unit really narrow and find a little gap, and he can, or they, like, you could conceivably have one guy kill a unit of artillery given enough time. You only need like 3 or 4 or 5 guys to do the job. Still no kills, getting real unlucky here. And there's also a bug that happens, like there's a lot of bugs that go on with artillery. Like sometimes they're invincible and they just can't take losses. I was worried it was happening there, but I just saw one of them die and now I can leave that because I know that bug's not happening. But there's other bugs as well, especially with the horses and the carriages and the way they interact with artillery shells as well. It's really weird. But I'm just moving up now. I'm trying to stay out of range of all the artillery pieces and stay concealed while I manoeuvre and just get forward. 16 left out of 20, 15, 14, see it's happening, 13, 12. This unit could kill hundreds of men, so I need to just get rid of it. And then I can surround these units that are left. That's what you have to do to optimise this fight. You have to just deal with all the artillery first. And it does work to just set arc in your shots with manual fire with your Armstrongs, but it's a lot easier to use sharpshooters and it costs almost nothing. Look at their ammo, it's basically full. So they've killed multiple units of artillery while using basically no ammo. In fact, as I explained earlier, they're more capable of killing now than they were at the start of the battle. Pretty much 4 XP. Yeah, 4 XP basically. So they've got like 90 or 95% of their ammo left and it's going to be more accurate. Yeah, that stuff really works. And I'm just waiting here on the left side. But I'm sending the Saber Cavalry up to scout that forest because I want to make sure it's clear. And the plan here is to get to the edge of the forest and then just sprint across whenever I get discovered or whenever I'm exposed. So I'm just going to get into position and get ready to just skip across the clearing. Artillery is moving up. I could use the artillery on that unit of cannons over there, but I should be able to sneak this unit of Tosa riflemen right through here. Hidden, hidden, hidden.
Let them taste steel.
Exposed, and now a sprint. The moment they are exposed, a sprint. The distance that you get discovered at is substantially less than the distance at which you can become concealed. So if you get exposed, you can find it difficult to get concealed again, especially if you're being chased, so you have to be fast and be decisive. There we go, it's hidden. Get in there. And I'm waypointing up to the unit of pirates over here. Yeah, so that's 2 pieces of artillery down, 2 to go. Continuing to use the forest all the way now. There's some buildings here as well that you have to get around, and there are some dodgy bits in the forest that you have to watch out for in case you get exposed. Because the moment you're visible and in range of artillery, they start firing. And Tosa riflemen, if they suffer a bad hit, they can lose 30 to 1 shot, especially marching like that in column. Or they could lose about 50 to a full salvo. Now it's just this slow, patient wait to get in position. Yeah, look at that unit there, it's got almost no ammo. Well, it's got about half ammo, which is unfortunate. And I accidentally used suppression there, but it doesn't matter, I just smashed all the hotkeys. I was trying to get them out of new fire, and then I'm going to invert those units so that the one with the least ammo is at the back. So if anything happens, that unit can always fire. It's always going to have some ammo. It's not going to get totally depleted. Nothing worse than a solid unit just totally running out of ammo. It's totally needless. You have enough ammo to kill everything here. So there's 3 units left here on the right that I've got to deal with. I need to watch out with my artillery as well, because if I go forward too much I'll get in range of this unit here, so I need to... oh yeah.
My lord, we are under attack by the Vermilion Bird Regiment.
Yeah, Tosa riflemen are good for spotting that shit. That worked. So because they're a stealth unit, they can stay concealed while being inside the discovery range that would otherwise be mutual, I think. Unless that was triggered and scripted with a radius thing. Which it could have been. Because this is a pretty set piece heavy, scripting heavy scenario, I think. Like they're all just charging forward. So they're going to be ordered, I think, to just go straight to the nearest visible unit and get involved, I think. So I've got a fight in my hands here, and if I conceal all my units, they'll go for my general. So I need to meet this threat. So I need to get ready with the Armstrongs here, and I need to have all of my gun lines, all of my fusillades set up. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to get good positions on the hill so I can catch them in the open, combine with my artillery and cavalry, and demolish these fucking units. There's 4 of them. What is it, Vermilion Bird Force? So that's a levy unit, pretty much. And I'm nearly in range now with these pirates. And once they're dealt with, I'll be able to manoeuvre cavalry forward. Cavalry help a lot when you have blobs units like this, because it means you can peel away some of them and buy time to defeat them in detail. Doing this thing again with trying to land shots in front. Too far forward there. Too far forward. Perfect. But the hill is giving me a bit of trouble there. that was a nice hit. Kneel fire, fire at will, and that should expose 2 of their units to devastating withering fire. Oh man, perfect fire support. That's 1 unit basically gone already. 1 loss to destroy a whole unit, but now they're opening up on me. It's time to get the cavalry involved. I need to be behind them to cause them flanking morale malice on top of everything else. 20 losses and counting, 25. But now the carbines are firing into the back of them. Shrapnel shot into the front. I like seeing that shrapnel just carry on. So that's nearly 4 units gone. Taking about 50 losses to this engagement though. Yeah, they're absolutely destroyed. Alright, let's count casualties. I took 10 plus 7, 17 plus 35, 52 losses there. Not great, but when you're getting charged like that, that's pretty much as good as it gets. I would have had to have done some ridiculous cavalry micro with getting the units distracted and having them be, or just glitching them out in buildings or something to get better than that. Like, see when they were coming towards me, I could have had them blob around those buildings there and glitch them out and shit, but I don't want to do too much cheap tacky bullshit. Like, see if I can just have a nice engagement like that, I'll pretty much just take it. And this unit of pirates is pretty much dealt with already. Ammo count on these units is looking decent, but I decided to invert these anyway. And you can see the setup working really well. Also, a nice thing about groups and Neofire in this is that when you have Neofired units in groups, you can actually command them to move when otherwise you wouldn't be able to. And they'll go back into Neofire the moment they arrive. So it simplifies things quite a lot. It's decent. So I'm giving walk orders on these groups to keep them concealed as well. There's a lot of micro things you can do, and you can see the pirates there rotating the gun. I think they had a shot on something. And I'm getting sick of this now because it's feeling a bit risky. Like they tried to shoot at something there and they didn't fire, but I think if the same unit does whatever it does again, they could fire at it. So I want to just get a wide frontage and start shooting and get rid of this. Just finish the unit because it's already shaking. And the collateral on the unit in front is not that bad either. Another kill or 2 and they'll go. Yeah, there we go. Job done. So that's 3 units of artillery gone. And now they're charging out for some reason. Yeah, I think I killed every man there maybe. I need to pull out of range now because if any of those pirates survived and they retreat into me, they'll discover me and then the other units will start chasing me and shooting at me, so I need to pull back a bit. And now I can combine Katamori with my Armstrongs on the move, wherever they go. It's good to use Inspire on your Tosa Rifleman as well, but I don't think I really did that much, if at all, in this whole battle. So we have a levy and a katana unit, so that should be straightforward. I get rid of the levy unit, and then I can have my carbine cavalry just shoot down their katanas. That's a perfect use for carbine cavalry, just deal with Shogatai. I think I did that in the last battle, the Battle of Aizu or something. What's it called? Aizu? Can't remember. But there's a lot of Shogatai in that previous battle, Battle 3, and Fall of the Samurai. And I definitely massacred a lot of Shogatai with carbine cavalry, I remember that. So it's the same principle here. Yari Samurai or Yarikachi, Katana Kachi. There's no spear levy in this whole fight, I think. It's just guns that you have to worry about, and even levy infantry are capable of killing your carbine cavalry, so you have to just be super aware when you use them, or else commit them only to fights with infantry so they can just gun them down. Unsupported infantry are a perfect target. Revolver cavalry even more so, they absolutely just demolish infantry, especially Shogatai. And that brings us up to almost half an hour. This is a long one. Longest so far. I thought the last one was pretty long, I think that was about 75 minutes, this one's about 90 or something. But if you're going to do something, may as well do it right, once and for all. So it's done. And that was the delay in finally getting around to this, because I wanted an execution I was happy with. I like positioning those gun lines and groups like that around objects and on terrain. It's satisfying. Especially when you get a nice position on a concave hill that's elevated. So every man can shoot. That is sweet. That's what that fight against those 4 units was there pretty much. It was really good. Like that, the fight that left this graveyard right here. That was really quite clean. So that was 800 men killed to lose 50, so that's a KD of 16. So that's what you would call a good engagement, but it's pretty much just on par with the outcome of this battle, like it's just in line. Yeah, so carbine cavalry are good for just activating units and having them do something. Comes in really useful a few times here. So I do an early deploy on these Armstrongs, and I try and use my artillery to help every play I make. 3 units here, there's a Shinsengumi as well that I forgot about. They're the real problem. So I need to eliminate them first and hit them the hardest. See in Shogun 2, you're usually hitting the weakest units first and causing a chain rout, but in this, it's like you have to just get those line infantry that are proficient off the field as soon as possible. It doesn't really work as well to target the weakest. You can still do it, but when you're going for really high kill death ratios, you have to just eliminate those real threats and then try and attenuate the weak ones with trees and sheer firepower. Right, so I've split them up, and that unit has just been absolutely destroyed. It's gone. Totally gone. So I can hit them with artillery and then go. They're not even kneel firing, I think I forgot to do that. But I hit them with artillery and I suppression fired them. Oh man. That could have been a little bit better. But they're done. Clean enough, that was pretty clean. So that's 600 kills and casualties were basically non-existent. So that's a perfect engagement more or less. Man, that makes that last one against those Vermilion Bird Force feel not as triumphant. But it shows the importance of splitting units up and focusing your fire like that. So now I'm just trying to pad out my kills by chasing down all their men. I think I get a ridiculous number of kills in this fight. I think some of the levy infantry will make it away, but the unit behind is absolutely dealt with. And now I can choose which way to go. I can make the crossing again, or I can stay on the right and go through the trees. But for this, I decide to bring forward artillery. Repositioning my gun lines to be more forward. Yeah, some of those levies made away, just a few. Ammo is still looking decent. We've got about 2/3, 3/4 on this group 2 here. Group 3 still has that one unit that's at half, other 2 are nearly full. And they've been inverted, so good to go whenever we need to. And I'm pulling the Tosa Rifleman back. can reintroduce these to the fight now, get them forward. I think the idea here was to use my carbine cavalry to pull these off a hill where they have a strong position. But yeah, next thing to do is definitely deal with that last unit of pirates there. They are gonna cause me so many headaches if I let them stay alive and get inside their range. And there's no easy way to get Tosa Rifleman up to there to do what I've done for the previous ones, so I've got to do something different now. I think it's possible, it's just the only way to get inside their range to shoot at them with Tosa Rifleman is to cross gaps, but it's hazardous. And if I get discovered, I have to sprint away, most likely, and that means I'll be exposed, I'll lose my concealment, and I'll start taking fire. And the tree coverage is thin up there. Like, see, whenever I've taken fire from the artillery, I've always made sure they're firing through in a way that grazes the ground, so that it has to go through a lot of thick forest to get to me. So they have almost no effective shots. Even if they fire a full salvo of 4, there's a low chance that even one shot will actually effectively land. Like, position yourself on the reversal slopes and then force their fire to graze through trees, and you can pretty much just tank, sponge all of their fire. Guns even work the same way, just on a lesser scale. Yeah, like these units sitting on this hill are a bit of a headache. Even the terrain is a bit dodgy here. The terrain actually gets harder and harder during this mission. Like on this half of the map, it's pretty much all sloped from your side, so you're fighting down into them. But it starts to get a bit dodgy now. And it gets worse and worse. Getting favourable engagements gets like, see, look at that, they're on the back of a slope with forest everywhere. It's like a golf course or something, man. It's really annoying up there. Alright, we've got a nice charge here where they're blobbing in awkwardly around a cliff. They're even overlapping. Anytime a cavalry ready to intervene, I've got my other gun battery ready. My other fusillade. Katana's almost got in range. Oh, they did get in range. I should have been firing there, I just realised. Right there, that second. So that's the katanas basically gone. Then it's just about dealing with the levies. And I'll have the fleeing katanas helping me, keeping them demoralised for that. And they're fleeing right through my guns. Yeah, they're gonna rout easily. 83, 95, 85. And they're gone. Yeah, did I take a single loss there? I'm not sure, maybe one at most. Sally Armstrong's still firing. And now I can just get in there with my cavalry to just chase them down. And yeah, now it's just about facing the second half of the fight. Balance of power has almost been drawn even, because I've taken basically no losses and I've destroyed half of their entire army. So far so good. Now it's just this piece of shit Armstrong gun. Oh man, it's Armstrongs, of course. So that's a full unit of 40 men that I have to snipe. So I'm just getting in position. I traced the trajectory of the shot and I memorised it, and now I can move into position and take the shot. You have to use the hills and the trees, because there's no real cue for where they are when you're arcing your shots this far. So I'm going to go for a skill shot again like I was doing in that last battle. Except this time it's really awkward and I get bullshitted with RNG here on the shots. Like, the spread is ridiculous for some reason. I get really quite unlucky. And there's the Azure Dragons, I just noticed them there. They're some of the toughest Aizu unique units. I recruit them a lot when I play Aizu campaigns as really skilled, cost-effective levies. So they have a bit better morale, they have better stats, they have good ammo as well. So they are a real threat. They're almost at the quality of line infantry. What are they called again? Is it Azure or something? Azure... Did I say Azure Dragons, like 3k? Is that what they're called? I'm not sure. Alright, here we go. First shot. Lit too far left. Looking good. Draw in a little bit closer and try again. Direct hit. 2 hits on a carriage like that and it goes down. That takes out some of the crew, which are the real target. It's all about getting rid of the crew and making the unit rout. Yep, so I'm scoring some decent hits. This is dialed in, I've got to just keep shooting now. You can do a count on how many shots this takes me. Lots of direct hits. It's really annoying having to keep the mouse steady when you're locked in and keep clicking without moving the mouse. Also gaslights you a bit. Like, you can actually move your aim while you're watching the cannonball. It's another hit. I'm surprised that thing's still around. Good hit. Yep. Too far left. Yeah, this is the most tedious part of the whole fight. More crew taken out. It's weird, you hear noises of branches getting swept through, but there's no actual fucking branches up there. Weird sound effects. Too far forwards. But that was RNG there, that's just the spread. Too close. I haven't even adjusted the shot there and it does that. Good shot. Direct hit. You just need a few good hits like that and the whole unit runs. Like, it all just routes. And it's out of action. Ammo's getting a bit low. I did have some wasted shots in this fight where I forgot to hold fire. Could have used my Armstrongs a little bit better than I did. Another minor adjustment to the right. Because I'm saturating this left side of the unit. I realised that. Yeah, I'm getting bullshitted so much here. Solid hit, direct hit, right in the middle of the unit as well. Miss. Barely missed. Already killed that. See, I'm getting so unlucky, I'm hitting places that they're already just cleared. That was really unlucky again. Really unlucky again. This is so unlucky. Really unlucky. This is what I'm talking about. I got so bullshitted here. Alright, there we go, another artillery piece dead, but that doesn't really matter. It's the crew that matters. It's the crew that has to get taken out, so taking out the actual artillery pieces doesn't really matter. I want to destroy the unit completely. Taking out guns like that is good in a exchange, but when you're standing off and trying to just wipe the unit out completely, all or nothing, it's not great. It doesn't help. Yeah, I'm getting really fed up with that, and I decide to adjust a bit to the right, like 1 pixel right, and I go for another pixel. That was a couple of pixels, I think. I think this is this is all quite well aimed. I'm just getting unlucky as fuck. Like that there, I think could have killed the horses, and too far right. Farthest right shot so far. Yeah, I'm getting so unlucky. See, just trying to get that 1 pixel and no more. My god. Now I'd go down to the right. No, I'll only go right. Really unlucky. Up. That was up only, so I went just up by 1, and that's perfect. I just need to get lucky here. Oh man, such bullshit. And now I shift left a tiny bit. Yeah, I went up and left, now I go down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just desperately hoping here that I manage it before I run out of ammo. Because my ammo's getting dangerously low, and I might not even manage it. And that means I'll have wasted my ammo and not even taken out a unit, which would be tragic. This is the job that has to do it. It is really tedious, this. Oh, really unlucky. See, it's so unlucky. Really unlucky, man. Ugh. But the unit is flashing in the map, which means it's under attack. What the hell is that, man? Direct hit. That killed one, I think. I'm really getting frustrated here because I've fired so many shots. It should have been done already. Getting really close to running out of ammo. Getting closer would not really have helped much, by the way. And I can't really get much closer anyway, so... And also it activates if you get too close. This is why I didn't get any closer. The unit activates and it moves up and it takes a position behind the slope and becomes impossible to hit. Clearly on purpose. Alright, so now the unit's flashing and I'm waiting to see for routes. I'm just waiting patiently. Flashing. Now it routes. Job done. And I have about 1 shot left or something. That was really tiring at the time. It's tiring to even watch it back right now, man. That was so close. I only just barely managed it. Like, see if I didn't manage to do that, I would have totally screwed up my plan. I would have had to have, I don't know, charged cavalry around the map and just ducked and weaved, dodged all their shots with their gun that remains, or 2 guns that remain. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. But they would have probably killed some of my horses before I could even do anything. And then I would have been chased, and stuff could have emerged from the trees over there and caused me big problems. And like I said about it moving up to the reverse of the slope and becoming entangled with all the infantry nearby, I would have probably taken a lot of losses trying to deal with that if I didn't deal with it right there at the last moment. Yeah, that was clutch. And this is the castle, the Tenshu, it's got 3 units inside it. And there's still a lot more to go. Balance of power is still only half. But now I can move up my Tosa riflemen, my sharpshooters. It's awkward trying to displace these units and deal with them, get them to charge. It really is like a golf course up here, man, it's ridiculous. Like, what were they thinking? Look at this road that just goes diagonally through all the rice paddies or whatever that is. You can hide units in those as well, like you can break line of sight, get defilated from their units, especially when they're behind cover of their own. It can be hard for them to get a valid shot. And yeah, that's the artillery cleared, so I can move up everything and I can manoeuvre, which is what I really needed around here at this part of the map. So I'm just tightening the noose now. They have a unit of Shinsengumi police force again, so a solid potent unit that can kill a lot of my men if it gets a chance. And my artillery is basically just spent at this point, so I can't rely on that to help me. Because that could have helped a lot here if I had a few salvos. I could have softened up the Shinsengumi. I could have used my Tosa riflemen to get them to waver and then open fire with my riflemen, line infantry, and broke them, something like that. But they're basically full strength here, so I need to crack this. Like, they're really defensive, they're positioned defensively, and it's hard to pull them out, draw them out into the open. I do try it a few times, but first I'm getting my units positioned, while being wary of ambushes like the previous two. And the terrain, yeah, it really does become a pain in the arse around here. It's hard to find favourable trees that give you a concave fusillade situation. Like, you have a crest of this hill here and that's pretty much it. It's the only position you can really fire from, just right here. Where I find, right there, like that's pretty much it. Anything behind that can't shoot, anything in front of it's exposed, so that's it. All you can do is silhouette on the top of the hill and try and stay hidden with sharpshooters, and that's it. And that's what I do. And they have line infantry there as well. And I'm sprinting them forward. I'll tell them to slow down right there as well. And they should go hidden. Bring my Armstrongs forward for one final shot. Preferably into those Shinsengumi. But really I think it's on the cavalry now to make the plays for the rest of this fight. See, look at this terrain, man, it's mental. What I wanted here was to draw them over the hill into the open, in front of the building, and the rice paddies, so I could just shoot straight down into them with 4 units. Tosa riflemen can open, and then the 3 units can join in. But it wasn't to be. At least at first. See, look, it's hard to get them to come out, they just don't do it. I decided that I need to have more cavalry on the left to tease them more aggressively. Also, these units on the right are pretty much just blocked by the terrain, it's really bad. It's hard to include them in this fight. They're just holding this hill with trees and making this a pain. So I decided I need to angle them a bit more, just try to get a shot, make something happen. And I try and use the back of that slope there to get within range of them, to trigger them, get them to do something. While simultaneously trying to use that house there as cover. And we get some shots here, I think. But I don't want to risk any of my carbine cavalry, so I'll pull back. Yep, a few kills. And that's where I get the idea of using Katamori to try and inspire, get some more effective firepower. 20 kills so far, so it's a start. It's really not much though. And I do have some line of sight being broken here by the hill and then by the buildings, so I decide to be a bit more aggressive with this. I need to just pull them up. And I'd be a little bit too bold here with this building. Look at them chasing. They are coming for the chase. They come forward a bit. Yeah, they're coming forward. So I'm moving a bit aggressively here, thinking that I've got some cover from the terrain. But then I realise that I don't really, and I've got to pull back. But they do get off some shots here. Look at that, I just took some 6 losses I think out of nowhere. Look at that. Piece of shit. Yeah, that was annoying. That was an annoying, needless 6 losses that could have been averted. But I was just trying to wiggle them out and get them to do something. See, they're just so defensive, they're so stuck here. I should have just been more aggressive with the toaster rifleman, I think. This was the chance to use all the ammo saved. That's what I should have done. I should have just tried to work the back left a bit more and got the toaster rifleman shooting, and I think I would have been fine. Like, I did draw a unit off and have it go back to the left chasing my carbine cavalry. I should have just really committed to that. Yeah, I'm getting Katamori ready for the Inspire. Toaster Riflemen are in position. They should start taking shots soon. Gotta just draw them up. They're hugging the back of the hill and it's just making this horrible. I could have even flanked around with a Toaster Rifleman and approached them from those trees there as well. But I didn't want to rely so heavily on them, I had to get my line infantry involved. See, it starts to work now. They're kinda in trees a bit, and they're also down a bit. So some of my shots must be hitting the ground. But I am getting off a lot of effective shots, which is what I need here. I need to just get the Shinsengumi dealt with, and then I can take the rest of the fight however I please. They're the main threat. So they're getting sharpshooter down. Now I'm ready with Inspire. They have a unit of regular line infantry as well, which is decent. That can do a lot of damage to me. Right, we've got Inspire, 4 XP and Inspire. So they're going to be shooting really effectively. 85 reload, 70 accuracy. Yep, effective shots. That's the Shinsengumi almost gone. Then it's down to taking out the line infantry. Right, so I'm getting ready with my gun lines. Yeah, I relied really heavily on the Toaster Rifleman for this engagement because it's so awkward. Felt like I never had much of a choice. Shinsengumi are dealt with, line infantry are weakened a bit. Levy infantry there as well. Yeah, that's some good collateral. A lot of effective shots.
Rifles at the ready!
I think I get quite bold here and start using these
Orders understood!
saber cavalry to pull them forwards. And I think it works a bit better this time. Like, I really do use this cover quite well, I think, now.
At the devil! Sabers at the ready! At the devil!
Immediately!
My thinking here is that if they're forced over to the left, then the Tosa riflemen will have a shot, and that will take all the force out of their attack.
We shall cut them down! We've got the wind, my lord! At the
They get more kills.
devil!
So the one on the right is moving, the one on the left is static, so that's the one I have to worry about. But now it's gone,
Sabers at the
so there's only one threat.
Sabers at the devil!
So now I can manipulate this unit, get rid of it.
Them down! At the devil! At the devil!
Yeah, I'm totally covered.
We've got the wind, my lord!
And I've got the hell helping me at the back.
Battle group ready! We've got the wind, my lord! We've got the wind, my lord!
I have a nice surround that will demoralise the shit out of them as well. That'll help a lot here. Shouldn't have to... Yeah, there they go, they're broken. With about a third dead. Can hold my fire now, job done. That was not that bad. Costed me 12 cavalry to deal with all that. No losses otherwise, I think. I will take that. I could have averted all of those cavalry losses if I just got luckier or broke line of sight a little bit better, but that'll do. Now I can really aggressively surround this position. But I've activated... what is it?
My lord! The
Azure dragons,
has
yeah.
few dragons against us!
Yep, here they come. So Tosa riflemen might have to be relied upon again for this. Still got 2/3, 3/4 of their ammo, so could be worse. But I'm fearing for their lives. I've got to fall back to that previous surround that I had.
We shall cut them down!
Thought I saw them firing or getting fired at there, and I was worried.
March! March!
Give the order, sir! Wipe them out, all of them!
Artillery's nearly in position to fire its few remaining shots.
Battle group ready! March!
And yeah, it's going to be really hard to commit those units on the right. They're just not going to have a shot.
Awaiting orders!
My lord!
For the
Battle
emperor!
group ready!
But this is a devastating surround I've got. 4 units all blobbed really hard.
Hold the general! At the double! Give the order! Right, enemy! Orders! Swift as the wind, my
Battle
lord!
group ready!
Here they come. Some effective shrapnel shot. Here we go. Let's see how many losses we take. 190, 193, 165. Alright, pure melee now. Okay, so I lost 2, 19, 21 losses to kill 800 men, something like that. So that is about as clean as it gets, considering how directly that fight was taken. That was clean. No Tosa Rifleman losses, they're at 5 XP now. 5 XP with 2/3 of their ammo. And now it's just about mopping up the 800 guys that just chain routed. So I did get to use my Armstrongs one last time, that's good. Yeah, that was 800 kills for 20 losses, and what was the fight before that? 12 losses to kill 600, so it's like 30 losses to kill 1,400 guys, KD of about 30 or 35 or something. Pretty nuts. But that gets sustained for the whole battle, that's pretty much just standard ratios for this whole fight, it's ridiculous. They just charged right into a valley and got massacred, basically. I think they went for my general, or the artillery piece, the general I think. That's where they targeted, and then they got engaged and wiped out. And once again, cavalry, artillery and guns all combining. Sharpshooters helped a bit. I could have even let the sharpshooters stand and fire where they were, and they probably would have been alright. Could have cleaned that up a little bit faster, I think, if the sharpshooters were just not interrupted. But I just wanted to protect them, really. They still have loads of ammo. Just like the carbine cavalry, still got loads of ammo. And there is another surprise. But that's how you want to deal with those blobs, I think. You know, those ambush units that are scripted to just go for the nearest unit that's visible, the nearest threat they can find. Just lead them into traps and massacre them. And as for the static positions that have batteries, you just execute the artillery piece, either with sharpshooters or Armstrongs, and then just micro them while they're in a passive, inactive state. Just surround them and dismantle them.
The Black Tortoise force is sighted!
Yeah, Black Tortoise, there we go. They are the strongest unique Aizu unit.
Ready to take aim!
I didn't have a easy way to deal with this. See the terrain here, it's absolutely awful, it's so bad. Like the trees are sparse. In order to take a position in the trees you have to be totally obscured from the threats that the trees actually protect you from, it's ridiculous. So for this I go for a really back retreated position around the corner so that if they come around the corner they get wiped out. Hopefully, if the terrain allows. I'm just hopeful the terrain permits it, and I've managed to split them up. That was important because these are potent units that have decent line infantry properties. See that? The terrain is just so bad. So that's another 4 solid units, and then another 3 in the castle. 7 units left, we can count them on 2 hands. Yeah, they're really split up now, they're split up into 3 groups. Tosa Riflemen are a little bit endangered there, so I decided to pull back. But you can have a lot of fun with these buildings here. Could even peek around buildings and take pot shots and run away again, and do that over and over again, and it would work, I think. Currently within range, but they're not doing anything, because they are obstructed. A unit Shogatai or something would have been nice on this one, you know, a melee unit.
Rifles at the ready! Double! Engage the enemy!
A solid melee unit.
Moving forward, my lord!
You just don't get given any in this fight.
Ready to take aim!
Yeah, we're just not getting shot opportunities. See that? You give them an attack order and they charge because they have no line of sight, and then
Moving
they
forward,
see
my
you.
lord! Moving forward, my lord!
I was a bit worried here that when retreating they would go up a slope and
Moving forward,
provide line
my
of sight
lord.
and get
A
shot,
double.
but the terrain is just literally so bad that you're just not getting line of sight around here. Look at that. So bad. Absolutely shocking terrain.
To the riflemen! Moving forward, my lord! Ready to serve, sir! Ready! Ready to take aim!
So I'm just waiting for any shot opportunity. This is why I saved my ammo.
Rifles at the
This is
ready!
where I really need it.
To the riflemen!
Now they're just static. And once again, no shot. No shot. It's awkward.
Rifles at the ready! Ready to take aim!
And then suddenly, the fusillade happens. Now or never. Gotta just take this fight now. They are getting off effective shots, but I've already broken one unit. And now my carbines are getting involved, and they're wavering. Really effective fire. And that's the Black Tortoise force on this side, demolished. Really big relief that. Man, they had some effective shots. So now I try and use the valley
Battle group ready.
to deflate myself a bit against the
Save us another
line
ready.
infantry that they have left. 2 units, I think.
Save us strong, sir. Battle group ready.
So now I'm just chasing down the remainder. I've lost a few more carbine cavalry, not many. But that unit is yellow. It's my only yellow unit at this late stage.
My lord!
Battle group ready.
Rifles at the ready!
Battle group ready. The wind, my lord. We shall
Ready to
cut them
take
down.
aim! Moving forward, my lord!
Saber cavalry and Katamori are charging forwards.
Engage the enemy! To the riflemen, my
Need to get some discipline in my ranks.
lord! Rifles at the ready! Engage the enemy! At the double! At the double!
There's my Tosa riflemen taking fire because they just charge forward like muppets.
Ready to take aim! Group ready! Sweep at the wing! Battle group ready! At the double!
Battle group pick your targets.
To the riflemen! At the double!
Look at that. That terrain is shocking, man.
Moving forward, my lord!
Right, so now it's up to the Tosa riflemen to deal with that unit there.
Battle group ready. At the double.
Carbine cavalry can bail me out a bit, maybe. Oh man, devastating crossfire. That did it.
Ready to serve!
Bringing all the guns to bear was what did it there. Man. Took some losses on my line infantry there, but overall that was pretty clean. A unit of carbine cavalry is yellow, so it's lost more than a quarter. But that's alright. Now it's just about dismantling the units that are in the fort, and I've waypointed a unit of saber cavalry all the way around. What the hell are they doing? Try to friendly fire on my carbine cavalry there.
We await orders, sir.
Ready to take away my flag! At the double!
I was hopeful about getting a firing position in the trees that gave me elevation to let me fire at and kill some of the garrison there, but it wasn't to be. I think I did that before at least one time. I think I have memories of doing that. I just can't remember how I would have, because the terrain here does not look that good for that. And I just undo the waypoint just in case they got positions on the walls and started shooting at me. I wanted to just get distance. I don't think they do that though. I don't think they actually man the walls in this one. But they do come out. I remembered a way to get them out, so I'm going for that. Another waypoint made. Something you can try and do is line up lots of guns on the ramp, or line them up facing the ramp so they can execute them as they come out and then tempt them to come out. But I didn't really make that happen in this one. Yeah, I was thinking about putting them right up against the wall, but then I thought nah, because they could maybe man it somehow and just start killing me, and I don't want to ruin this now that I've done so well. Still only get one yellow unit. No units below half health. Basically no losses to the whole army still after all this time. Just used a lot of ammo. Quite a lot. All of my line infantry are at half ammo or more pretty much, apart from the Kahitai. Look, 173 man Kahitai. Still got more than a third ammo. Like I was absolutely surprised at how well I conserved ammo in this fight, more than anything else. Barely used any ammo to do all this, considering what I've done. Barely used any ammo. Remarkable. There's a line infantry unit there that basically just has all of its ammo still. 185 man unit. Its ammo bar is almost full. Carbine cavalry ammo is almost full as well. 2/3 on the first one. Probably like 4/5, 5/6 on the second one. It's remarkable. I could kill another 5,000 men with this army right here in a straight fight. And that's the gate burned. And they're back on, they're mounted again. Yep, that's the gate destroyed. So the way in is clear. Now it's just about a plan, a way to assault this, while minimising losses.
We shall cut them down! Battle group ready!
I do have some nice positions here that I can use. I'm trying to get ready now to just absolutely massacre, murder anything that comes down from the front. But I do want to try and tease a unit down off the right as well. If it's possible, I want to do it.
We shall cut them down! At the devil! At the devil!
Shiver strong, sir!
No Shinsengumi can still do a lot of damage. As can the garrison infantry if they get on a wall. So I want to avoid that at all costs, so I'm repositioning. And I see that movement now that indicates they're going to try and come down, so I'm moving down in anticipation of that. And I'm glad that I'm the one that's shooting, but I'm annoyed that I see all the shots hitting the wall. And now I've found myself in the position where... Oh my god. Yeah, that was disappointing. So now I need to just get away. It's one of the few mistakes. I didn't think they would have a shot like that. That was bullshit. That was a really bullshit shot they had on me there. Really annoying. So that's a unit of garrison infantry, they made it down. Only took 4 losses as well. And I don't want a repeat of that, so I'm pulling around the back, and I'm going to try and kill them on the left side.
Sweep them from the rear.
Ready to take aim! At the double! Keep us
Nice
target
position in
sharp.
the trees as well.
Sweep them from the...
And I can fast forward that now. Get ready with Inspire for the really devastating volleys. Shinsengumi's coming down. Putting them behind the building as so they have cover
Rifles
right away.
at the ready. My lord!
Pulling back so I can buy myself time and deal with this one unit at a time.
Guard cover awaiting.
Hold the general.
Rifles at the ready!
That's the garrison infantry getting fired at from the trees. Inspire is down. Plenty of ammo still as well.
We shall cut them down.
Keep us target at the double! Put the line on there! At the double!
Wavering. Broken.
Ready to take aim! Guard cover awaiting. Await my command! Keep us target sharp.
Savers.
Alright, so I've freed up that unit of carbine cavalry. And we're getting some nice shots here, that's looking alright. So I'm just letting that happen. Once this unit here is dead, there's only going to be one unit left. So I suppression fire with that whole block. Enable fire at will. And just focus all the firepower I can. Shinsengumi shattered. And that's pretty much done. Now there is just one unit left inside the Tenshu. And there's only one way to deal with this, so let's go.
Battle group. We've got the wind, my lord.
Who's alive, man?
And here they come.
Group ready. We've got the wind, my lord. Let them taste our spear.
Awake, hold up.
Cover. Awaiting instructions. Battle group ready. We've got the wind, my lord.
So I'm just trying to get everything up. That's the first thing to do, just get everything up. And before I bring up Katamori, I need to drag that thing as far away as possible. Still got full strength on his unit as well. So I've still got a unit that's taken no losses. Well, Armstrong's as well. And now it's going to awkwardly try and angle itself around the corner. I can maybe get off a cheeky salvo or two. Nah. Just do it properly. They all have to just get up quickly. Kills going out. Trees are making my fire a little bit less effective, but that's okay. There were some good shots. That is a little bit tight, but we're making it. Not bad. Go on, Takamori.
We've done the win, my lord!
I thought about going left with him there, but then I thought, nah, I'll just play it safe. Try and get it stuck on the Tenshu and just keep doing this.
Battle group ready!
Give us target, son.
Battle group ready!
Half strength already. And this should be enough.
Battle group ready!
Should be able to route them right here. If they can be bothered coming around.
We've got the win, my lord!
Here we go.
Group ready!
55, 53. One final inspire. Oh man, the revolvers work. And that's it.
The Aizu are defeated! Now they will learn the price of resisting the Emperor! Prepare for battle!
And there he is, all covered in blood for some reason.
Saigo Takamori has dedicated his life to restoring the power of the Emperor. With
Not
victory
bad.
at Aizu, the entire Japanese mainland has been conquered in this cause.
Heroic victory, of course, of course. How could it possibly have not been? I think for this fight you're outnumbered about 6 to 1. 5.6 to 1, something like that. And I destroyed like 90% of the army. And lost less than, what, about 10% of mine actually, about 10%. So, yeah. If there ever were criteria for heroic, it was fulfilled. KD of 27 or 26. Goddamn. Look at that, their best unit lost 8 times as many as it killed. And the stats on that Imperial Guard is immense. Yeah, their units were useless. Half of their army just got 0 kills. God damn. Units that just get wiped out because they just get caught up in an absolute firestorm of bullshit. Total Rifleman, KD of 120 or something, man. What the fuck? Yeah, not bad. I'll take that.
Despite the abdication of the Tokugawa shogun and the capitulation of the northern lords, there are still a few still loyal to the shogunate's cause. These die-hard loyalists are retreating north. There is now a so-called republic on the island of Aizu.
Look at that
These men
transposition
know
there.
that control of the sea is vital to repel the imperial government. However, the Imperial Navy has just taken delivery of a new ironclad warship, the Kotetsu. The rebels of
This'll be
Aizu
good.
know that it is stationed in Miyako Bay on Japan's northeast coast, and they mean to steal it.
A naval battle. Miyako Bay. That'll be fun. Been waiting for that. If you're a fan of my work and want to support me, then check out my Patreon, because I do my best to give out perks, which includes updates on what I've got planned and what I'm thinking. Special thanks to Matteo Olivetti, Nathan Black and Bador Nasser.